Thanks for coming. This is, I think, about the third of these roundtables that I've tried to put together here over the last 4 or 5 months. Actually, even talking to some business leaders from across the state prior to this financial crisis. I think it's, spent a lot of time on some private conversations, just kind of gleaning as much information as I can about what's happening in different sectors. I think it's smart and wise. A lot of things being written about the national and world financial markets right now, and lack of credit, and that's one of the things I want to kind of glean from y'all and see if that is. I met with some independent bankers out in East Texas a couple of weeks ago, and that the credit market is tight in places, but there's certain places in the state where you can still get a loan, and people know who they're dealing with, and so and I hope that is we see more of that in Texas than we do any other state. You're right. I wish we could paint this all with a pretty blue brush, but the fact is, it's at the national level, in particular, it's pretty tough looking at places, and the owners of jobs that, or excuse me, the owners of businesses that create jobs and wealth and what have you. The people that are going to be making the investments or for that matter trying to attract investment into the state. Our job on the state government side is to continue to try to put good policies in place. I was sharing with about 50 governors and the president-elect and vice president-elect that don't spend all the money. Keep the taxes low. Have a regulatory climate that's fair, and a legal system that's balanced and gives people assurance that they're not going to be frivolously sued, and continue to prioritize the spending that you're going to be doing, on education. So those are. I told them, I said, that's the Texas playbook. I said, it seems pretty simple. I guess it was kind of like Coach Royal back in the 60s and the 70s. He had a pretty simple game plan, but worked rather well. And so I know y'all are looking at making similar or adjustments as frankly we're doing in state government. I've sent a message to all the agencies that they need to be looking at ways to cut discretionary spending. Look at your travel. There's a lot of ways out there that we can continue to be wise and frugal with our expenditures. And yesterday, it is the first time I'd ever met President-elect Obama, and a very impressive man. We had I think a very good, when I say we, the 50 governors that were there, we had a very good interaction. I think it was a wise meeting. Sent a great message to me that this is an administration that's reaching out and wanting to hear from states, because I think a lot of answers to some of the woes that the country have are in the states. I think there's some laboratories out there that experimentation, if you will, whether it's dealing with transportation infrastructure or whether it's how you deal with a business climate that can be useful to this administration if they will grasp them. And he's a very engaging individual. First thing he asked, John, was how the folks in Galveston, and I told him, I said, they're doing all right, but we need to get FEMA moving, and so anyway, we're going to hopefully give him some good ideas and good fixes to address that agency. I want to just go around the table here and in fact, I'll probably start with you. We'll just kind of go around counterclockwise around the table. And I just want to hear how your specific industry sector is being impacted. You know, some of you may have some Hurricane Ike related issues that are impending and impinging your ability to do business. I want to hear about those and any, you know, frankly, critiques that you've got about how we handle it, how we can do it better. But mostly just to get a good flow of information on back to me about you know, the Texas economy in general. You know, the good news is we got a pretty rare story to tell across the country, and you look at and I think the President-elect mentioned this in his remarks yesterday. I know there were a couple of that I think 9 of the states have budget surpluses. That's all. 41 of the states out there are running a deficit, and, you know, and I would suspect our state has not only the largest surplus, but that our numbers on job creation and et cetera are probably as good as there is in the country. And that is a tribute to you in your industry sectors, and I think obviously a tribute to the men and women in this building who understood that for you all to create jobs and wealth, we needed to make sure we didn't spend all the money, and that we kept taxes low, that we had a legal system that didn't frivolously sue people, and that we continue to have a workforce to take care of your needs as you expanded and what have you.